What's up, everybody? How's it going? How's everybody doing tonight? We are doing episode 2, September 11th, 1995. The Monday Night Wars officially kicked off, but they really didn't go head to head. If I remember correctly, and I could be wrong, Nitro came on first, then Raw came on after that. I know that Nitro ended up moving or adding an hour, so they actually went into that 1 hour. Then Raw added another hour, but they started at 8 my time still. So the Eastern time, it would have been 8 Central for me, or 8-7 Central for Nitro, and 9-8 Central for Raw. So, but let's talk about what we've seen last week for Nitro. Before I go any further, I'm going to introduce my friends that I have that are joining me on this adventure. I don't. That's all I can think of what it is. I've got Bobbit, Trek, Basement, and I'm gonna end up throwing Heather out of the house if she doesn't quit fucking laughing at me. How are you guys doing tonight?
Doing good.
Good.
My pants are off and I'm all oiled up, baby.
That's what I'm talking about.
Let's get this going.
Right. Before we do start that, and when this does come out, everybody, when this does come out, we got some really sad news today. One of the all-time greats, and I'm gonna shout out because didn't do a show. I didn't, not having. We're not going to be able to do This Week in Wrestling this week. That the show actually video recorded that we recorded on. Yes, we're recording, if y'all didn't know. Harley Race passed away today. Harley Race passed away today. And if y'all don't know who Harley Race is, it's a goddamn shame because that guy, 8-time world champion, one of the great heels in wrestling, period. I would do a memory of him. My memory of him was watching him and Ric Flair go at it, Starrcade 1983. And if you the Ric Flair move, if I enjoyed watching the guy. I hated him as a kid because he was such a great heel, such a great bad guy. I just wanted to throw that out there. I don't want people to think that I'm not caring about the past, because without the past there would be no future. Do you guys have any memories of Harley Race? Trek, I know you do. Basement. I don't know about Basement's memories. He probably Starrcade 1983 too, but
I don't have any memories of anything. Blackout constantly.
Go ahead, Trek.
Yeah, I'm a little bit younger, so I remember watching him on Saturday Night's Main Event against Hogan, and when he went to headbutt Hogan, he actually broke the table, and I think he broke his clavicle or something. It was a long time since I've seen it, but yeah, he got put on the shelf because he messed up and hit the floor, because he headbutted the table and hit the floor too. So, but that's one of my biggest memories of him. But
yeah,
I remember as a kid hating him, but nowadays I look back on it, he was a damn good heel. He was a good heel manager too.
Yes, he was. I think he was Big Van Vader's manager during 1995. I think, maybe 96. But other than that, I just wanted to throw that out there. It's sad to see that he had passed away. Like I said, 8-time world champion. Put Ric Flair over, big time. Without him, he wouldn't have. I think Ric Flair would have gotten over himself, but without Harley Race being that heel, getting Ric Flair going, I think it would have been a different story. That's just my opinion, though. But onto last week's show. It was the debut of Monday Nitro and Brian Pillman versus Jushin Thunder Liger. We saw that, or Chris Jericho. Sting and Ric Flair had a head-to-head for the U.S. title. Arn Anderson interfered, but the big key in that is that Lex Luger showed up before the match even started.
Yeah, with his fucking puffy shirt.
Right? And then at the end, I thought, and this is the first time I've ever really watched the show, I thought Arn Anderson was there to help Ric Flair. Instead, he got Ric Flair disqualified, or got Sting was it Sting disqualified? Because he hit Ric Flair. He attacked Ric Flair, which I don't know if they're building to Ric Flair or not. And Arn Anderson, we'll have to wait and see. And then the main event was Hulk Hogan versus Big Bubba Rogers. And Lex Luger stated why he was there in WCW, and that was to win the World Championship off of Hulk Hogan. So that being said, tonight, guess what we get to see? One of the matches.
Don't spoil it.
I'm not going to. It's actually on the caption, so I think it's.
I'm not captioning. I'm not even looking at the captions.
Oh my god! Do you guys have any memories from last week that I missed,
I will
or
say that
anything?
Trek should never do a eulogy because
Yeah.
it was like the thing I remembered when he headbutted a table.
Yeah, that's not how you want to remember somebody.
I guess that is his first memory, but still, like, Jesus Christ.
I mean, that's probably what could have killed him. You
Well,
asshole.
he lived forever after
Yeah,
that. So.
that they said. I remember they said in some videos. Unfortunately, he even said this. They had such a hard head that it didn't hurt him as much as it could have. But I think he broke it. I can't remember his his collarbone or broke something. But he was out for a while, and that's when they gave the gimmick of King to Haku.
Hey Trek.
Yeah.
Hey Trek. Just stop talking.
So takeaways from last show. WCW loved the venue at the Mall of America.
That's right. I forgot it was at the Mall of America. I'm sorry. I forgot to mention that.
Yeah, the venue was cool. The matches were all right. I'd say the Jericho Pillman match is the best, even though it wasn't really Jericho.
It's Jushin Thunder Liger. But
Well,
yes,
I'm just to see where it goes because I never really liked Lex Luger as a kid. I always thought he was shit, and I'm pretty sure that's going to be reinforced when he gets in the ring. Well, I mean, he was supposed to be the Hulk Hogan, the replacement to Hulk Hogan, kind of in my
in
mind.
WWF at the time,
Yeah.
yes, and it didn't pan out because Shawn Michaels happened. Essentially, that's what happened.
Let's not kid ourselves. He's like not a good wrestler in any way. Not that Hogan is, but
No.
he didn't even have the fanfare of Hogan.
No, and we talked about that, I think, quite extensively. People shit all over Hogan, but if it was not for Hogan, wrestling wouldn't be around today. I'm sorry,
No,
it wouldn't be as big as it is. I suppose I should say. Go ahead, Basement. I'm sorry.
No, I was just saying that I agree with the fact that if Hogan didn't exist, wrestling wouldn't be where it is. Now, I would say it's arguable to say that somebody else could have been Hogan's place, but you also need to have that type of charismatic energy that
Yes.
Hulk Hogan has, and that's not easy to come around, especially when you're having it not only on camera but everywhere you go. Like he lived his character, and his character was like I would want to kill myself if I was having to be like Hulk Hogan everywhere I went.
Right. So, Bobbit, Trek, do you have anything you'd like to add? No? Okay, well, hashtag fuck me. You know?
Okay, I have something to add.
Okay.
Escalators and Hogan must pose.
Yep. Now keep in mind that we will be doing a Raw show right after this, so we'll talk a little bit about about Nitro, and then we'll go right into Raw. which is an interesting looking show as we can speak. Are we ready to roll on the cameras here?
I am
No.
ready to go.
In 3, 2. Before I go, we are starting at zeros, so you don't have to worry about fucking. What's the timestamp?
Are we starting at go or are we starting at 1?
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Go.
I feel like I'm in an episode, movie Pitch Perfect here. We're
Hey,
on.
what's the timestamp?
Oh my God! I'm gonna fucking kill you.
Where am I?
We will be
What
doing.
episode is this?
Oh my God! Shut the fuck up.
It's not 11.
It's 9/11, 9/11/95. All right. And to a little bit of history, I was in Haiti on a deployment, and I had broke my ankle the very next day. It was awesome.
Ow, his ankle.
Yeah, it was out my ankle.
I hadn't even had my first erection. A little bit of history.
Jesus Christ. But anyway,
Late
so
bloomer.
we're going to start. We're going to do it on go, okay? Does that
All right.
make you happy? In 3, 2, 1, go. Again, the opening. I love the opening. I love the opening.
Blowing out the stoplights. Think about the people that have to drive home.
No shit.
Nitro.
Oh my
Think about
God. The manhole just blew. Oh
that.
my God.
The buildings are exploding. So whatever. Michael Bay.
We are live as live can get.
In Miami.
Fucking dish out. It doesn't get any better than live.
Think about the pyro budget.
Right? We have a whopping 700 people.
It's jam packed.
700 people.
I don't know exactly how many fans they had, but
Yeah, pretty big crowd there. Holy fuck.
well, they're where the Miami Heat play, so
Oh yeah. Fuck Miami Heat. Can't wait to see the dog.
This is the biggest thing to hit TV since the little old lady said, when it's the beat. Well, it's
what the fuck was that? This motherfucker said this is the biggest thing since that little old lady said, "Where's the beef?"
Well, when you said it, Bishop, when you're hot, and Hogan is not. I guarantee that. Take a look at this in case you missed it. I've been down the
This is face of this.
They're recapping what Hogan and Luke at the end of the show. Look at fucking Gene Okerlund. He is loving this shit.
I love his mustache.
He like looked away like Jesus. Luger's got bad breath, man.
Okay, just pre-birth Hogan here. I mean, post-birth. Fucking rubbing placenta all over himself.
Say it again. I'm sorry.
He's rubbing placenta all over himself.
Yeah.
When you get in Hulk Hogan's face, brother, there's thousands of Hulkamaniacs, brother, that are going to stand behind me.
Look at him, Macho Man.
So as far as I'm concerned,
No emotion.
as great as you may be, you don't have to prove nothing to me.
The next time we play a drinking game, basement,
Yeah.
and Hulk Hogan's involved in the match or he's cutting a promo, every time he says "brother," you got to drink.
Alright, I'm drinking right now, so I'm gonna play a drinking game by myself then, brother.
Brother or Jack?
So Luger and Hogan face off for the World Heavyweight title tonight on this show.
Shit. It's gonna be a hell of a match. Brother.
He will not be a part of the pay-per-view this coming Sunday night. That leaves, you got it, Bobby the Brain and Hogan
Counting?
Oh shit, we got a pay-per-view to get ready for.
Yeah, I'm so amped.
There's a pay-per-view this Sunday night. Not this Sunday night, but We'll have to do that.
Nitro trouble, yeah.
Because I did say we were going to do all of the pay-per-views.
Let's face it. If
I'm looking
Hogan
forward to
loses
the pay-per-views,
the
man.
WCW World Heavyweight title to Lex Luger tonight, he could be in serious trouble. Not only not 4 men to 3, but psychologically, he's up against a brick wall. Let's get down
Psychological.
to the ring.
It's a pretty big crowd, man.
Yeah, they had about 6,000, 7,000 fans. Here's Sabu.
Fuck sad. The most
Hey, it's
homicidal.
Melo's favorite wrestler.
They had a falling out. Bass.
Here's Sabu's got stab wound.
This man here is from Bombay, India. He's been suspended in 17 countries. If he played football, he'd be on those
From India. Isn't he from, like, Chicago or something?
Actually, I think he's Canadian, basement.
Oh, God, yes.
You want to look that up for me?
I don't think he is. He's American, man. He's, like, from some shithole.
Sabu.
I think he's Italian.
No, he is. He's from Michigan.
Yeah, 'cause that's how he and RVD connected. 'Cause they're both
It's
from Michigan.
Trex.
Das Wunderkid. Das
It's-
Wunderkid.
It's Trek's dad. Das Wunderkid.
It's Tristan.
Oh, Trek, you're getting fucked up.
I'd change my DNA if I was related to Sabu.
No, you wouldn't. Don't lie.
Yes, I would.
No, you wouldn't. You can't change your DNA, you dumbass. That's impossible. You might as well just kill yourself.
He don't care. Ooh, nice. Hune Kanrana out of the ring.
I never really was a fan of Sabu, so
No, me neither.
because I don't like his fucking bullshit.
I felt like he's like he wrestles.
Pastor Silver.
He wrestles like lazily for some reason. All of his moves look half-assed.
Yes, because he couldn't. They didn't want him. This guy. I mean, he would jump on tacks just to jump on tacks. He's John Moxley before John Moxley became John Moxley.
He's a more hardcore version of John Moxley. And he loves
Yes.
chairs, jumping off them.
This is a Sabu thing. He's gonna launch himself catapult himself off of a chair, and
And yeah, fail horribly.
he's garbage.
Look at all the
Sabu
beards.
sucks. Sabu is a joke.
How dare you speak ill of my favorite wrestler? He's Canadian, you know.
What's that?
How dare you speak ill of my favorite wrestler? He's Canadian, you know.
Actually, he's not. He's from Michigan.
We adopted him,
You
just
can.
much like India did. Now here goes Trek to the top rope.
Alex Wright actually is a pretty good wrestler.
Sabu always looks like he's fresh off a drinking binge.
He probably was.
I love him even more now.
This guy's like no-selling everything.
Well, Sabu didn't know the meaning of selling. The guy couldn't fucking. He got his arm ripped in half, and he still sold that. Just taped it up. Oh, look at that incredible selling job right there.
He's dead. Nope.
My God, Mackle.
Wrong show. The fuck was that?
It's called technique.
Oh my god! Fucking Sabu is god awful.
Wait, no,
It fucking
that was
it takes Nick Patrick 45 minutes to count 3.
These are
does.
bad.
I hated him as a referee.
Look at his hair, though.
I know, isn't it
Elvis.
fucking gorgeous?
It has Mike Awesome hair.
It
It
flows.
does.
Arabian moonsault.
What the fuck was
A
that?
half-ass executed roll-up. That was, he did it for Canada. That was absolute shit.
Well,
So, and here's how we're going to compare this. We're going to compare this to Goldberg versus The Undertaker.
Sabu called it audible on himself. He's like, we got to end this match. At least he knows which direction he's walking. No, never mind.
Oh, geez. Look at the table. It's
A piece of plywood. Already pre-broken in the middle. Underneath.
He's not going to hit him with that. What the fuck is Bischoff talking about?
Why was the table under like a fucking...
He's going to move.
what
What the fuck is stupid?
the fuck did you just do?
That was a fucking incredible...
He closed. All he did was jumped off the top rope, clotheslined him.
I don't even think it was a clothesline. What? That makes no sense, didn't it? Oh, I thought that match already ended. Never mind.
It did, but they reversed his decision.
So they
Okay.
reversed the decision. That
After
makes
the decision was made,
absolutely no sense.
that made no sense. Look at this move.
This is the greatest move since fucking. And Alex Wright had to fucking sell it because that was the end of the fucking match.
He basically jumps through the table. That was his move. That was fucking incredible. WCW Nitro off to a fiery start.
Oh, this one is. This is about like a fucking Monday Night Raw. VK Wall Street versus Sting is coming up next. And
Sting with Bray Wyatt.
the reason that we're doing, you can watch along, guys. I mean, that's why we're doing these. These are watch-alongs, as you well know. So,
To watch. And if you are watching along, let us know if there's something that we could add to it that would be better. Like, I don't know if a timer would actually work. It's kind of easy enough to go with go.
yeah.
But, any improvements we're down for.
Yes.
Oh, look at this. Ric Flair move. Drink.
If I had a drink in front of me, but I don't. Heather, get one for yourself, too.
Yes, because it's about to get wild. I remember those Hulk Hogan dolls. The one in the crowd.
Yep, the
Those
plush
fucking-
dolls. Yeah.
Yeah, where their arms were like the size of their body for some reason.
Yes.
Looking at the beautiful
Well, let me
women.
tell you something, brother. You're gonna need a Hulk Hogan.
Oh,
doll.
hold on. Here's a Ric Flair promo. Mean
Is he
Gene?
calling his wife a whore?
I don't know. He may. It's Ric Flair.
I feel like he should take small breaks to like do a line of coke off a credit card or something.
Right off of Mean Gene's forehead. Look at Mean Gene. He's like, this is a great promo. All I had to do.
Oh God, Ultimate Warrior.
As you can see, he's not wearing the red, white, and blue.
And he's also super greasy. Ric Flair's like having a seizure. I love him.
Fucking Gene went to ask him a question and fucking Ric Flair said, I'm not done yet. 6'5", 275.
Ric Flair's a second away from dropping to his knees and just sucking his dick. You just came in for that?
Yeah. That is
What?
the
Little
way.
fuck? That made no sense.
That is the way Bischoff did things. Well, Ric Flair essentially didn't need Lex Luger there. I don't know why he even called him to the ring. It was stupid.
That made absolutely no sense.
No.
But I enjoyed it. Because he was in ring gear. And he just left.
Right.
All brawl.
Yeah. It's Sunday.
Sunday.
And they did War Games way different than WWE does. So it's not the same as...
NXT did it?
Yes. It's way different. I mean, they do... The one... There's a couple of different things. Not everybody... They do the, like, they... I'd have to watch it in order to... But I think the only thing that's different is that they... In War Games in NXT, they don't have a roof on the cage.
Yeah, I think that is like the main difference. But it made sense for them like doing moves off it and shit that they wanted to do. This is how they're gonna repackage Bray Wyatt the next time they do.
This guy? Yeah.
Yeah.
The DK Wall Street.
Vagina King?
China King. Vincent Kennedy Wall Street. I don't know if that's his name.
Vincent Kennedy McMahon?
Could be. I don't know.
Okay, it's weird pyro. But whatever. Oh, I bet you had sex with that whole family at the same time.
Surfer Sting.
It is so weird to see Sting in color.
You need to go back and watch before 1996.
Yeah, he's basically Ultimate Warrior.
Yes. In a sense, yes, you are correct, but he had in-ring ability, as we all know.
He's a much better wrestler, for sure.
And Sting could actually talk.
It's not that the Ultimate Warrior couldn't talk, it's just he was so fucking high on fucking coke that...
No way, man. The UFOs! The guy was out of his mind. I love it.
Apparently, he liked taping his teams together.
What? Taping his teams?
Tape his teams together. When he was at Survivor Series, in his promo, he was like taping himself as teams together, and Shawn Michaels looked terrified.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, what the fuck? Taping his teams together?
His Survivor Series team. He had a promo where he was like looping masking tape around them to prove that they were together, and Shawn Michaels looked like he was scared shitless.
Oh. Okay.
No, Shawn Michaels wasn't probably scared shitless. He was probably like, why in the fuck am I wrestling with this guy?
Including a sentence like taping his teams together without any like context, I could not understand.
I understand. Now I understand. I understand the concept of why he was doing it, but I think there was dissension in the team, and I think that's why he was doing what he was doing, if I remember correctly.
He was practicing for the teens he'd keep later in the evening.
I remember him no-selling every fucking move anybody ever did to him.
He was just a roided out fucking maniac for the most
Like, what was it? Oh, Triple H did the fucking pedigree. He just, like, fucking no-sold it. He got up and started beating the fuck out of Triple H.
Moves don't affect me.
Which I think happens in 1995.
It's either 95 or 96.
WrestleMania 12.
Yep.
It's like, we're gonna call this guy Wall Street and put money on his fucking onesie. It's like
This is their version of fucking
$1 Million Man.
IRS or $1 Million Man.
Yeah, this is a money-hungry gimmick, basically.
Mike
Or,
Rotunda,
not really-
just like his son, got pigeonholed into a fucking gimmick.
Yep. His son's gimmick is so much more interesting, but again, when you don't do anything with it, interest
Yeah.
leaves. Look away from me. Oh, God. Torpedo.
I am not going to sit here and lie to you. I am not a fan of Bray Wyatt.
I am. I like Bray Wyatt's in-ring work, and I like his on-mic work, and I like the character they created for him. What I'm not a fan of is how he just wallows for forever. Like, the problem with Bray Wyatt is the same problem that they've done with a lot of people that's gimmick gets over. It gets over to a point, and then it just lives there forever, and
Yep.
you never do anything with him. You never pull the trigger. Then eventually, nobody cares.
Which I don't think they're going to do.
Only time will tell, but they haven't done, like, if you're looking at the history of WWE and the track record that they have, they won't do.
Nope.
All these people out there that are saying, "Oh, I love what they're doing with him. I love what they're doing." Yeah, we all said the same thing when he first debuted, and then what happened? So it's not just him. It's that's the track record of WWE.
It is.
What the fuck just happened there? Botch. Clotheslines don't affect Wall Street.
Oh, here comes the Stinger Splash.
Yep. He beat him with the crossbody.
Fucking Nick Patrick fucking losing his shit. Ring the bell.
But this is the type of stuff that I think, like, WWE eventually fucked up with. Like, there's no match that needs to... Not every match needs to end with a finisher.
Exactly.
Or a signature move. And
Yep.
the only way that matches don't end with a finisher or signature move, it's a roll-up.
Yep.
But why can't a regular... Like, if you fought for so long and the person's beat up enough, a regular move should be able to put somebody away, and it just makes the finisher that much more devastating.
I agree. I just never... And the finishers are overused. And then once that finisher... Somebody kicks out of that finisher, it's dead. It's useless. Why even use it?
Then it just becomes a regular move.
Yep.
Essentially, right?
Oh,
Like,
fucking... I watched NXT...
Disco Inferno.
Yep. I watched NXT last night. Yeah,
I haven't seen
yesterday. And Cameron Grimes or Trevor Lee, his finisher, it's just a knee to the chest. It's a fly. It's him jumping in the air and hitting you in the chest with his knee.
A V trigger, or just like a
No,
running
it's
knee?
not to the face. It's to the chest. He
Alright.
lands on your chest.
But does it have like impact?
No,
Like,
no, not really.
Trevor Lee's pretty fucking good too, man. So I'm surprised.
I mean, he can wrestle, but
I don't know anything else about him outside of the fact that he can wrestle.
Scott Norton, a legit badass.
Yeah, he's
Former
definitely somebody that
former
should
IWGP
be.
heavyweight champion.
Like, this guy is like a fucking tank of a human being.
Yeah.
It is.
And he was a loose cannon too. He had anxiety like you wouldn't fucking believe, I guess.
I was about to say he'd be somebody like at a bar that would just be looking to fight somebody.
Actually, he wasn't that kind of person, but he had anxiety. Like, he didn't like flying.
Who does, really?
Not this guy. I fucking hate it.
I just hate like all the monotony, and like you look at it and you're thinking it's done in every way to make money instead of actually like focus on an experience for the person doing it. Like,
Right.
you're squeezed into a shitty fucking seat, and
Right.
everything takes forever to happen. There's no transparency between the company providing the flight and the person flying.
Mm-hmm.
Sit on a tarmac for 10,000 hours.
Yeah. I've been there.
Hey, Macho Man. Bailey's getting her ass kicked.
Bailey's getting beat up by Nia Jax.
Oh God, I wouldn't even compare this guy to Nia Jax. At least he's like physically in shape. Nia Jax is just, I don't know, man. Nia Jax got to a place in her life where her knees gave up on the rest of her.
Oh my God, that's not gonna work.
Nope. Bone saws ready.
WCW actually went to North Korea and had an event.
How?
Eric, they talked about it. Listen to 83 Weeks, Eric Bischoff. There's a whole episode on it.
Hey, if you want to learn about socialism, listen to that episode.
Scott Norton tried to sell that fucking clothesline.
It is Macho Man.
I know, he's got to get over it. But Macho Man's like not a small dude or anything.
No.
This guy is a fucking bear of a human being.
Actually, they're trying to. I think if I remember right, they're trying to put Scott Norton over. Look at Scott. I mean, just look at Scott Norton.
It's just a scary-looking individual.
He's just fucking legit badass. I mean, you just look at him. The girth on this guy.
Look at his girth. I agree with you. He's just like, he's got like barrel-chested. He's just a fucking wide son of a bitch.
He's Dozovich before Dozovich. He was out the comedy.
And way taller.
And better shape.
Yes. This guy, I would legit destroy Brock Lesnar.
I would love to see that match. Because Brock Lesnar, the thing is, what people, I think a lot of people don't realize, it's not like how strong somebody looks, it's like where their weight's proportioned. And this guy looks like he's like a lot sturdier. Because Brock Lesnar is so top heavy that I feel like he'd be easier to take down because he doesn't have that low center of gravity. The strongest people I've ever met were always like short and stocky.
Yeah, well,
he's not short, but he's stocky as fuck. So
I mean, Brock Lesnar. I mean, he wears those shorts that make his legs look skinny. Brock Lesnar's pretty. He has tree trunks for legs. Because he wrestled.
Don't get me wrong.
He wrestled in college, and
it's just his body shape, I guess I'm talking about. Like,
yeah.
He's like a lot of his weight is in his shoulders and chest.
He looks like Scott Norton in the upper body, but look, Scott Norton has tree trunks for legs. This guy's just a tank.
Yeah,
I feel like Brock has a small penis.
Who knows? Could be gigantic, could be tiny. Maybe he has a vagina.
Like Mike Kanellis?
Oh my God! Can we not talk about that fucking shit?
Fucking bullshit, man. You know, like the youngest champion ever is the unborn baby.
Don't get me fucking started. If you haven't, go check out. Go check out the review, man. I was pissed. I didn't even want to talk about that shit anymore.
Come on, it's the most prestigious title.
Yeah, it is. It's about as prestigious as my fucking dangler that I had the other fucking day.
Who does?
They need to do away with that fucking belt, like, now. Even the concept is dead to me.
Well, they can't show the Universal title because the champion's not there. So the best replacement is the title that anybody and everybody could hold.
I mean, Brock was there on Monday. Or, no, he wasn't there. That was...
It was.
Anyways, he killed Seth Rollins.
Oh, that's right.
I was gonna say.
He did kill Seth Rollins. And then you had people on social media asking for the firing of Brock Lesnar the next fucking day. I thought that was fucking hilarious.
Brock goes out there and he fucking like F5s this guy to infinity. And then everyone's like, fire him. Seth Rollins goes out there and fucking takes Instagram photos of his cock. Like he's the best person alive. This world is so fucking stupid. That was a neat way to keep him down.
Come on, man. Are you kidding me?
But I guess it's kind of stupid, but at least they had like a reason why he couldn't get up because his legs were broken.
Right.
Earthquake.
Look at these fucking goofy fuckers in the ring, man.
What did Kevin Sullivan carry?
Giant dildo.
Hey, look, it's the Jobber Squad.
Hey, it's coming out.
Actually, it wasn't Earthquake. It was Shark Boy. It was the shark or whatever they fucking.
Just fucking. Kamala.
And
The
that's
Legless Wonder.
that's Brutus the Brutus the fucking barber beefcake.
Yeah, it is.
Fuck.
Fucking
Oh,
Scott. Fucking Scott Norton, man.
Beautiful elbow drop by the Macho Man.
Alrighty, thank you.
Look at this fucking graphic.
Why are
It's
they
like a
not
romance
feeling
novel.
it? You're not feeling that.
Lex Luger has a small schnoz there.
That's because of the side view.
Yeah, you gotta wait till you see his nose's girth.
He just
Man with a mullet.
the Bischoff he left the WWF and came to where the big boys play.
Has been singing it all night.
I know he has.
Almost like he was breaking a throne.
Oh my god, I think this is going to be a 14-minute match. This is going to be a 10-minute match. Oh.
I can't wait. There's gonna be a lot of punches, terribly executed, a couple headlocks, a leg drop, and muscular dystrophy. What the fuck? Did I miss something? This WCW presents Fall Brawl. Macho Man looking at the camera, muscular dystrophy. There was a disconnect there, I think, for me.
I love how they show Vader and he walked out a couple of the hour later. It's like, yep.
Match of the year, right here, guys. That's it.
I'm going to snap him.
Every single thing he's doing is a Hulk Hogan move. Basically, drink until you're dead when Hulk Hogan enters the ring.
Look at him dance. Oh, look at him dancing. Monday Nitro Live. It just does not get any better than this. Fucking Bischoff.
Can't find Vader? I wonder why.
I feel like I'm trapped in an early 90s movie.
You are. This is your life.
Look at that hair.
Yeah, we've got Hogan, the silky smooth half curtain. It's Hogan versus the person that was sent to replace him. It's poetic, really, kind of. But also super gay.
Well, I mean, everything was super gay between those two.
Bob, I think I played too much Doki Doki.
Right?
I'm slapping his tits. He slapped his tits.
Slapping his tits.
Hogan's nipples, like, form into his body. You don't even look like he has them from a distance.
Lex Luger's the same.
You can see Lex Luger's nipples from a distance. Hogan, however, nipless. Nipless in Manhattan.
Hogan lost some weight, so he was down to 275, I think they just said, right?
Yes, it's because he had stuff in his steroids.
How tall is Hogan? 6'6"?
6'8".
Jesus fucking Christ.
He's super tall, yes.
I guess the ref is just a regular guy.
Oh, Randy Anderson? Yeah, he's about 5'10", 5'9", 5'10".
What did I say? A bunch of holes.
I only do that, brother.
Oh, here we go with the rest moves.
There we go. It's begun.
Here comes the suplex. And Lex Luger no-sold it.
Luger's up quicker than the guy that did the move. They should just fucking fuck each other in the middle of the ring. at this
Lex
point.
Luger must pose.
Yeah, there you go. Right. Anytime somebody poses in this match, you have to drink. There's gonna be a lot of posing.
Fuck you, brother. I'm posing now.
And Hogan no-sells.
Yep.
And then he does his pose. Hogan must pose.
Yep. Luger's like, oh my god, didn't know this coming in.
You can't outpose the Hulkster.
Lex Luger has a fucking monstrous forehead.
He
And
does.
Hogan's forehead doesn't end, so.
Lex Luger's like, God damn it, I don't want to be a part of this. And a headlock,
Yep.
grinding on that ear, giving him cauliflower ear. Randy Anderson getting all up in that shit. Randy Anderson, look at Randy Anderson.
He's acting like he's fighting. Sometimes watching the ref is just fucking so good.
I know. They
Look at him. You know what? Considering who's in this match, it's not that bad.
no.
Tipsy wings?
That's what Bobby the Brain Heenan said. He power slam. He's gonna torture rack him.
Oh, he's showing off.
He's gonna put him on the torture rack. Randy Anderson's then gonna jump up and down and do one of these things. Look at him. There he goes. He's jumping up and down.
What's his hair? What's his hair? What is he touching him for? What is happening?
You gotta
Okay,
love
so
Randy
this is not a
Anderson,
move
man.
that makes you pass out.
He
First of
wants
all.
to see if he quit, if he's gonna die.
Yeah, but no, this is the stupidest fucking thing ever. The torture rack is not a move that makes anybody pass out.
No.
Why is he like holding his arm up?
Because Randy Anderson is a goofball. Oh, here we
The
go.
real star of this match.
Here
is
we
great.
go.
Oh, the Hulkster. He's eating his vitamins.
This is why
To
he's
punch
called Hulk
ass.
Hogan. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry.
He's hulking. He's hulking. Hulk smash. Oh. Okay. Fucking Kamal Squad is back.
It's a Dungeon of Doom. It's actually the Dungeon of Doom. Here comes Sting.
Shoes and shit, you know?
Here comes Macho Man. Here comes Sting.
Yeah.
Oh,
All the
jeez.
faces come in.
Here we
It
go.
at least makes sense, though, because
Well,
the faces were attacked by the heels earlier, so it makes sense for them to come.
right.
Instead
No,
of
it
being,
does.
like,
It does.
for
But
faces,
this
just
is
because
going.
faces are gonna help faces. That's
This
it.
is the main event for Fall Brawl.
Okay, so it's also building towards something, but I also hate when, I mean, we discussed this a long time ago, like, I hate when people just, because you're a face, you have to help a face, because you're a heel, you have to be okay with other
Well,
heels.
I mean,
It's
they
like,
kind of did this right in the sense that, see, now they're pushing each other, and then fucking goddamn fucking internet.
that I'm okay with, because it showed that the faces came out to help a face, but there's still like animosity between the face squad, especially if they're going to be going against. It's telling multiple stories.
Right. So I had this, for some reason, it buffered on me.
It happens. My internet's been shitting all over myself.
So I just came back from the commercial. Gene Okerlund's in the ring.
Yeah, Hogan's fucking cracking out. Brother.
Lex Luger's picking his ass. Sting's looking at fucking Hogan like, dude.
Bailey's looking pretty good.
Where you calling from, brother?
Bottom line. I don't wonder, like, if you acted like a wrestler in real life, how quickly you go to the insane asylum.
No, it's not the team, brother.
Oh, yeah.
Is that what you're saying? No, you fucking idiot. That's not what we're
like
saying.
I'm 3 years old. Fans want it. I want it. I don't really want it, but it's happening.
Okay, brother, you want him in, you want him out, torn apart. But the way I look at war games, when you put all the men in a cage, we'll find out what everybody's made of Luger. Would you be our partner?
And you know what?
We want to test you in war game.
This is like the type of story building that is missing today.
Don't make a fool out of Stings. Don't make a.
In war games, and I'll stand with you side by side, blow by blow, for one condition. I don't want that tunnel shut down line. You promised me. There's some unfinished business here.
Taco Tuesdays. I like his little.
Oh,
bit.
there's-
I think
there's-
the dog's dead. I think the dog's been dead the whole time.
It's a stuffed animal.
Doesn't move.
Oh, fucking Bischoff tickles the fucking chin of the dog. That would have been funny if that dog would have bit him. He called it a tarantula.
Yeah, he always calls him that.
The American males. Oh my lord, man.
American male.
Super just. Their gimmick is we're gonna put two guys together and basically make them gay porn stars. And you're gonna watch. I wanted to say something before we get out of here, like about this event. Get out of this event. That whole ending segment, it's simple, easy to understand, yet there's complexities to it. Like when you look at what they've done, yeah, they're gonna see the good guy team versus the bad guy team. But the good guy team has problems going on. There's a trust issue with Sting. And then there's also a new guy replacing an old guy, and he just fought, Hogan, who's going to be like one of the leaders of the good guys. It's just there's so much more than just a match happening when it does happen at the pay-per-view. So there's a reason for dissension, and then there's curiosity for me to say, like, will the good guys be able to do it? Because in the end, Sting could turn on them. Lex Luger could fuck shit up with Hogan. There's just, as simple as the booking is, the complexities to the booking is something that I think today's wrestling is missing.
Yep. It is. And I can agree with that. This is why I enjoyed this time for wrestling, because they didn't overthink things. It's that, if that makes sense.
It makes perfect sense.
They didn't. Well, true. They didn't have to. Number one, I mean, Triple H said it best in his when he did the podcast with Stone Cold. We have come to the point where we're in a reality era where we have to work the work in order to get the thing to work, if that makes sense. So, and I understand that back then, kayfabe was still kind of there. In fact, kayfabe was still there because the curtain call didn't happen yet.
No.
But the hard thing for people to do is take reality out of wrestling, and that's essentially what has happened today. People today have taken so much, like everything, the whole thing, we were joking about it, the whole thing with Brock Lesnar, everybody wanting Brock, these fucking goofy fucking people wanting Brock Lesnar fired for beating the fuck out of Seth Rollins. I'm going to tell you right now, and I said it to these fucking people, I have seen way worse. You go watch Rock versus Stone Cold at WrestleMania 17. Oh my God. What Stone Cold did to The Rock was way worse than what Brock Lesnar did to Seth Rollins. Are you kidding me?
Or even
But I will say, like,
just go back
sorry,
to
go ahead.
just go back to last year. Braun Strowman and Roman Reigns.
True.
Thrown over that fucking 6-foot ledge, still fully strapped to that gurney.
But I don't think he was in there.
I know
No,
that.
it's just
It's the
concept.
concept of him being there
Yeah.
and him doing that.
But I think it's like in when wrestling can say we're inciting that kind of knee-jerk reaction in fans, you've succeeded. And that's exactly what they've done with the Brock Lesnar, Seth Rollins. Now they have a very strong storyline with that, much stronger than they had before that. It was it divided certain fans, people that watch wrestling for wrestlers, not so much wrestling. It gave them, oh, this guy's the worst, he's that bad guy, type of thing. And it's like so much so that there's platforms online that allow you to try to put forward some sort of bullshit like that. But I would look at that if I was part of WWE. I would say this is fucking great because we've got people to care that much about something that's obviously scripted and fake. To get to a point where they want to fucking create like a petition to get this guy fired.
Right.
That is excellent heat. That is the heat you want on a heel. And that is also your champion. That is also going to main event the show. Hopefully.
Right, but here's the thing with that, and I agree with you. These people will literally these are the kind of people that will literally riot or protest.
Nothing ever happens to it. They're still going to follow through with what they've done. Just like when it was with Braun Strowman, they still did what they did. I feel like it's these select group of wrestling fans that I said before are fans of wrestlers, not wrestling. They get together, they get this like, oh, we're crazed or whatever. But it's good for the product regardless because no matter what they do, it's never going to amount to anything.
No.
Yeah, you can raise fucking 1,000,000,000,000,000 trillion votes to get this guy out.
Right.
It's a company that doesn't need to listen to what the fuck you're saying.
No.
But in the end, you're going to watch SummerSlam and be like, either vindicated or more hateful of Brock Lesnar. Regardless, I'm not, like, you know what, I don't need to sit down and have a conversation with the person that wants to be that way.
Right.
There's no point.
Right.
But as a guy, like, looking at it from, like, their business point of view, I think it's like, that shit is fucking what you want.
Yeah, no, I agree, but to actually, I mean, here's why I am so upset. I'm not upset about what happened. I actually loved what happened, and I kind of knew that this shit was gonna happen. That all of a sudden these fans were gonna come out of the woodwork and say, "Oh my God, Brock Lesnar crossed the line." And people are literally thinking that he crossed the line. I'm like, you are. I know that it's a work. I know that it's fake, and it's a TV show. And they're like, well, Brock Lesnar stepped over the line. I'm like, I think you're missing the point.
Well, I think they're actually getting the point, but interpreting it wrong.
Yes, they take it too far, and I can't remember how I said it. If WWE. In fact, I told somebody on Twitter. This is how I said it. I said to somebody on Twitter, Seth, let it go that far to tell the fucking story. Because somebody literally tweeted him and said, "Well, that's not fair. What happened to Seth Rollins?" And I said, "But Seth Rollins actually allowed that to happen."
But this is where like this. Okay, if this type of thing happened in a day where social media didn't exist, it makes more people be up in arms about it because that makes more sense. But when I look at wrestling, I always look at it from everything that they're showing me is supposed to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Very few times do things not go the way that they're planned.
Mm-hmm.
And when wrestling can do something where it makes me question that, then they've done their job. So like recently on Raw, where Alexa Bliss, it was an injury angle for her, but it wasn't really an injury. But the way that they did it, because the injury was so random and not obvious, it made it seem like an injury until they were stupid enough to just leave her right beside the ring with her foot up. But that portion of that angle really worked for me because I was questioning it just like we all were. Is she actually injured or whatever? When Seth Rollins gets fucking F5 into a chair 3 times and starts spitting up blood, he's spitting up blood because he is broken a blood capsule in his mouth.
Yes.
That is the whole thing was supposed to happen, and it worked exactly like it was supposed to. And the fact that it incited a reaction in a vocal majority or vocal minority of the fan base is great. That whole section, the last 30 minutes of Raw, great.
Yep.
Everything before that, not so great. So all the people out there that said that Raw was fucking best Raw ever, great Raw, I liked it. It's like, are you watching it as a whole or only picking out what you like and disregarding the rest? Because a 3-hour program where half an hour if it's good, that's not a good show in my mind.
No, it's not. It's not, and I agree.
But that's what I liked about this whole segment with this. I mean, we're watching 45-minute shows first of all, so it's there's limitations on what you can do in that time frame. But the storytelling, like you said, it's simple, but there's complexities to it.
Yep, it's simple but effective.
The complexities are still within like a simple framework of how they're building the show.
Yep. And then they have the pay-per-view, which is War Games, and you've seen it. It's going to be the Dungeon of Doom versus, I don't even remember what their name is, but we will be doing that pay-per-view. It'll be fun.
Oh, it must hold.
And that'll be War Games. And before you say, oh, War Games, it's not exactly the same as WWE did it. It's close, but it's not quite.
How about we do this too? Because we're going to be watching Nitro and Raw. How about we, after we finish up Raw, that's coming up, how about we kind of choose the winner of the week? Because it's technically going to be the Monday Night Wars, right?
And we'll tally that. We'll tally that.
But before we get into Raw, guys, I really have to take a pee, so I'll be right back.
No, that's fine.
No.
What'd you guys think of the show?
I thought it was pretty good. I love WCW. Truly love WCW. Not so much at the end part, but this style of WCW I love.
A lot of the problems that WCW had was essentially what you've seen at the end of the show, and even Eric Bischoff said it. Even before he took over, and even after the run-ins, all of the run-ins that happen in WCW are essentially helped hurt a lot of what they were trying to do. So, yeah. What?
No, he's going, yeah.
Sorry.
What did you think, Mr. Trek?
I like that. It helps that it's shorter, like we said last week. It helps that it flows better. I like the match between Sting and VK Wall Street. I thought that was a really good match. And like we said, it did end with the finishing move, and then with him coming off the top rope and he won that way. And then I liked how the end of the Macho Man match led into the interference in the Hogan and Luger match, because they weren't going to have Luger beat Hogan his first night back, and they wanted to keep Hogan strong, so it's a good way to keep both of them strong without making them look weak.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it actually was really good. I mean, I even liked the Sabu Alex Wright match. Alex Wright is actually a very good wrestler. He's really talented. It's just Sabu couldn't sell his shit.
Well, it's Sabu.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought it was a very good show. I mean, for their second show out of the gate, it was actually really good.
What would you give it out of 10? Was my question.
2.
I give that probably like a 7.5 or 8.
Jesus Christ.
You're talking about the whole show or that match?
No, the whole show.
That's a lot. I'd probably a 5.5 or a 6. It was okay.
I'm gonna I like the story building that they did in the match throughout the actual event.
Mm-hmm.
More so than I liked what happened in the ring. So I'm gonna settle on a. I think I give the last one a 6. I'm gonna give this one a 6.5.
Okay, I don't do that, but if I was to,
Well, you're gonna have to.
I might jump it up to a 6, but I don't think I'd go any higher than that. Again, it's just one of those things.
I got a 6.5.
Okay. Are you
The
guys?
thing is, it's not too long. 45 minutes. Like no matter what, I'm never gonna feel like I've wasted my time with 45 minutes unless they do absolutely nothing.
Right.
The in-ring wasn't anything. Like I'll never remember anything that happened in-ring. But the storytelling portion, I enjoyed, and it kind of played out throughout the event. That's why I'm giving it.
But again, it all comes back to this. This show is about wrestling, and they involved story. They involved promos into the wrestling. They didn't involve wrestling into the promos, which is what is going on today.
That is 100% true.
So, are you guys set and ready to go for?
This is September 11th, 1995 Raw, right?
Yes.
Yep. It should be.
That's zeros.
It
All
should
zeros.
be 1, 2, 3 Kid, Vince McMahon, and Razor Ramon.
I'm ready.
1993.
Yes, 1993. Dumbass. 1995.
Oh.
Oh.
Let me know when you're ready, Trev.
Okay, I'm ready. September 11th, 1995.
All right. Why don't you count it down, here, Trek?
On go. Remember.
On go.
Okay, we go 3, 2, 1, go.
It's a cube.
A GameCube.
I love GameCube. Who a great system.
I did too.
SummerSlam. This was a great match.
I had this on it.
Yes, it was. I don't know. This wasn't the first. This was actually the second one.
The second, yeah.
Because
Yeah.
the first one,
televised.
the best match between them was the first one, not
I
this
think
one.
this is the first one. This is the first televised ladder match. The other one, I think you can find, but I don't think it was televised at the time.
It was on WrestleMania
this
10.
was- This made 10, yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'm completely wrong about everything.
Yes, you're fucking wrong. I just
Suck
watched.
my fucking- Suck my growth out of me.
Yeah, I just watched it the other day. So Shawn Michaels is the Intercontinental Champion going into this. Razor Ramon and Shawn Michaels.
Mabel, rest in peace.
Yep.
Bulldog, rest in peace.
Yeah.
Another roided out fucktard.
Okay, am I not watching the same thing that you guys are? Because I didn't hear any Cal Ripken shit. Are you guys behind me? Because I'm seeing Cops, the TV show.
No, I'm watching exactly the same thing. It was Vince. That Vince was talking about what happened to SummerSlam. You're good.
I think you're behind where I am somehow.
I am. You're good though. Just keep going.
You know what's funny? They actually used part of this entrance for the DX entrance video.
Yes, they did.
People against the fence.
Yep.
And the cops running and stuff.
This camera work.
Okay, so they changed what I am watching, or what I was watching, because I'm actually almost caught up to this point here. They're building to WrestleMania 11 right now. I'm actually up to March, but they changed the opening theme to the, so a little bit has changed.
Cooper Scooper.
Pooper scooper. Fucking pooper scoop. Pooper
I can
scooper.
pause it for a couple of minutes. I feel like being or a couple seconds. Which I'm gonna do.
Razor Ramon's coming out.
Yep. Okay, we're a bit closer now. Stuck in the camera. It's fucking Steve Irwin in the back.
No, that's Dean. That's Shane Douglas.
The D.
Steve Irwin.
That's actually Dean Douglas. They called him. Jesus Christ, did he hit him?
Yeah, he did. A solid right open fist.
Yes. Like I said, I'm gonna run to Walmart tomorrow morning. Actually, yeah, Jim Cornette. Jim Cornette was the fucking manager at this time. Son of a bitch, I'm gonna fucking make you fucking suck on my dog's balls, motherfucker.
He's my new hero, you know?
I fucking love Jim Cornette. Everybody's like, oh, Jim Cornette can go fuck himself, but fucking Jim Cornette is Jim Cornette. You're just not gonna, you can't fucking hate on the guy.
He lives his gimmick.
He lives his gimmick, but it's really not a gimmick. That's the thing.
No.
Yeah, he's just an actual asshole.
Well, he is, but I kind of.
At least he's like the way. At least he's like not a fake person. He is what he is.
But his arguments, he's always been. I don't agree with him politically, for sure. His arguments, is when it comes to wrestling and shit, I can agree with him on certain things. Like, yeah, I can't disagree with him on a lot of things.
It's a big dog. I mean, bulldog.
Yeah.
What I love is
The bulldog is a lot better than I remember him being.
yeah, what I love is the audience is chanting USA, but yet Razor Ramon's character is from Cuba.
Actually, Puerto Rico. No, you're right, Cuba. I'm gonna say this: it's Scott Hall or Razor Ramon, whatever the fuck you want to call him. He should have at least had a run with the WWF title at one point.
I agree. He's also like the greasiest motherfucker known to mankind.
He is. He's got a hairy ass chest too. He was a great. It's just sad that he never got a chance to run with the title. I just wish they would have given him a token run with the WWF title.
Yeah, Heather, did you say it probably had to do with his drinking?
Not at the time, not here.
I'm
Not
pretty
here,
sure
it
it
didn't.
was kind of like a little bit fucked up.
Because Vince was actually kept a really good watch on him because he knew his history. So he kept a really good watch on him. And he had people there. He had Shawn Michaels, Kevin Nash. So Kevin Nash kept him pretty straight and narrow. Triple H. Go ahead.
I feel like with guys like Scott Hall or Razor Ramon, whatever you want to call them, this is how WWE kept a really solid, I guess the middleweight division. Not really middleweight, but like mid-card division.
Mm-hmm.
They had guys that were capable of being main eventing, that were running that division. And it was like, when the Intercontinental title was kind of like the wrestlers, the workhorses title, that's when it was at its greatest.
Yep.
Where it was just almost, it was pretty much as important as the main WWE title.
Well, back then, the Intercontinental title was a stepping stone for the WWF title. It wasn't. You're an intercontinental champion. You're stuck in the mid card for the rest of your life.
Yeah, you're moving to where you need to be, and now it's more like I don't see a difference between the IC title and the US title.
I don't see a
Which are
difference
both-
between the IC title and the WWE title.
I don't see a difference between the IC title, WWE title, and 24/7 title.
There we go.
Me neither.
Oh man, the 24/7 title just get it off of my television.
Yeah, the whole concept.
I don't mind the concept if used correctly, sparingly. I don't know, like you have a little promo package. I'm gonna call it, even though it's just like a video package of what's happening with that title on Raw for 10 minutes, and then you're done.
Yeah.
And then have all the shenanigans with the title maybe happen during a pay-per-view because the pay-per-views are 17 years long.
Right.
Oh, a commercial during the match, guys.
Yeah, but it didn't really hinder the match. They usually what they did is they had the replay. This is what happened if something significant happened.
But also, it restarted with him doing a body slam, not a fucking rest hold.
Yep.
Because I remember watching SmackDown Live, and they did a commercial break, and you could tell every single time. They literally started a rest hold at the print and ended the rest hold at the end of the commercial break. Fucking 2.5 minutes of a guy fucking sitting there in a headlock.
Or the WWE did it two ways. The babyface would be doing well, and then they go to a commercial break, and then they come back, and the heel is beating the shit out of the babyface.
And you're like, what happened? I guess I would love to watch the show live because of that reason. I could see how the tides turn and stuff like that. Now there's like they stopped enticing people to watch live. But you don't really need to with something that's established, I guess, the way it is.
Yep. Slapped him upside the fucking head.
Fall away slam. I always like the fall away slam.
Yep.
Pretty good match.
It's decent, yeah. I mean, this is where WWE, you know where this is going. It's going to end up going to the Razor's Edge.
Yeah.
Oh, referee bump.
What are your thoughts on the Razor's Edge?
I like the move.
What I have an alarm set for 12 o'clock midnight.
I don't mind it.
I always like the finishing move, the Razor's Edge.
I do too. I have nothing against it.
Now I will say like I'm more of a fan of a finishing move that can be executed in multiple ways, where the Razor's Edge takes a lot of preparation.
Right.
What the fuck is happening?
Dean Douglas just interfered in the match.
I think Cornette covered up the referee's face with the tennis racket so he didn't see anything.
Also, he was dead at the time.
Yeah.
Referee, the life of a referee might be like a WWE or WCW referee might be the worst life ever.
Yeah.
Strong breeze. Okay, I'm in a coma for 7 months. Now it's well played. I like it. What did you think of Vince McMahon as like an actual commentator?
He was all right. I kind of got sick of his 1, 2, 3. He wins, and then oh no, he didn't.
Felt like for a guy that owns and operates a wrestling company, he lacked knowledge of wrestling.
I think that yes, but he wasn't a color commentator.
Red Shoes. What a maneuver!
Red Shoes.
It's like I don't think he knows the name of 90% of wrestling moves.
Yeah.
He didn't.
He never hit that
Very
much.
entertaining.
And neither did Gorilla Monsoon because, I mean, shit, he would say guy get punched in the face and then he'd say he hit him in the solar plexus. The fuck?
Your whole body's a solar plexus. What
Just
a
like
big
for Michael
solar
Cole.
plexus.
Just like for Michael Cole, every move is a blue thunder bomb.
Oh, yeah. When he doesn't know the name of the move, it's a blue thunder bomb. This is before he had sex with China and ripped his asshole open.
Look at Jerry the King Lawler. Vince is doing an interview. Jerry the King Lawler, he sucks.
Like his raw jacket. Like, what the fuck?
See, he's talking shit.
I swear to God, 1, 2, 3 Kid, Xbox, hit like 7 puberties in his life.
Yeah, okay, so they're telling the story of these two are actually, well, they're friends in real life, but little dissension.
Yep.
It's good storytelling, simple yet complex. And if nobody remembers the infamous 1, 2, 3 Kid where he beat Razor Ramon.
Did that happen on the first Raw?
It happened in the first year. I can't remember when it happened. I'd have to look. 1, 2, 3 Kid beat Razor Ramon. And then they started this storyline where Razor Ramon was paying people off to meet up the 1, 2, 3 Kid.
May 17, 1993.
Yeah. So it was, yeah.
I think I have that episode.
If you have the network, then you do have that episode.
No, I have the Raw 20th anniversary DVD that's got like a lot of the episodes on it.
You have the network, you have the whole thing.
I know. I'm saying I have the DVD of it.
I know, Bobby.
Tidal waves. Bookworm. His fucking accents are amazing. Razor Ramon talks like Undertaker.
Yeah.
Slow as fuck. I would hate to be in a line behind him at like McDonald's. I will take the number 1. You nerd. He's a fucking Irishman. That's not a great drawing.
If you want it, you got it.
Mean and nasty. I would never want to take that fucking move from Yokozuna. I'm sorry, but like it is
The
The jump off the turnbuckle. Yeah.
the bonsai.
bonsai drop.
It's called the bonsai. The bonsai? Yeah.
Yeah. Instant death.
Oh, fucking Gorilla Monsoon is the acting president of WWF. or WWE.
Hey, look, it's Billy Kid.
Billy
Gunn.
Bart and Billy Gunn. Yeah.
Oh, I really thought that said smoking cunts there for a minute. I'm like, wait, what?
But I think their names were the Smoking Guns.
Smoking cunts? I didn't see that.
Right now, they are the tag team champions.
I guarantee you, in Europe, you could probably find a live sex show called The Smoking Cunts.
You would know, basically. You probably went and saw it.
I've seen many things.
Hey, look, the Brooklyn Brawler. Look at this shit.
There's so many fucking mullets. That was nice.
Oh my god.
I feel like the smoking gun
Fucking
like
goddamn it.
each other every night.
Yeah, definitely. They hold each other's mullets up while they suck each other's dicks.
Damn thing froze on me, so I'm even farther behind.
How dare you do this to us? Internet.
I'm
No
on
world problems.
Brooklyn Brawler. Okay, Twisting Neckbreaker by Billy Gunn.
Yeah, you're super fast. You're super fast. I'm already past from you, or past from the rest, but you're super fast. So, Brooklyn Brawler, was he essentially homeless?
Essentially.
I don't even know. But he was one of those heels. The way WWF did things back then, they had the jobbers wrestling the.
Is that Bill DeMott?
Say it again.
Is that Bill DeMott?
I don't. I'd have to see it again.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
I can't tell.
He looks like he works for Domino's.
No, that's not Bill DeMott. That's not Bill
I can
DeMott.
see his face close up, but I feel like it is.
No, that's not Bill DeMott. Bill DeMott's bigger than that.
Who is it? Who is it then?
I don't fucking know.
I don't think they said his name.
Yeah, it's Bill DeMott.
No, it's not.
Oh my god. Yeah, Bill DeMott is bigger than that, but still, like, fake Bill DeMott?
Okay, I'll go with that. It's a fake Bill DeMott.
That works for Domino's?
Oh, Jesus Christ. Fucking Jerry the King Lawler. He's still alive?
Even does the ref have a mohawk?
What's that?
Does the ref have a mohawk?
The ref don't have a mohawk.
Oh, some glorious fucking. Well, here we go. Go.
No, he's just got a really shiny head.
He's just.
What the fuck?
Go.
It was some guy named Radford.
Okay, where are you guys at?
At the Goldust promo.
Okay, so am I.
Yeah, but you're behind. You're way behind.
Is he.
ACP, creepy as fuck? Yeah.
That's Goldust.
Undertaker.
He's eccentric.
I would also say he's a transvestite.
Yes. That's what the character was.
An eccentric transvestite.
But he's playing psychological games. This is when Dustin was at his best.
It's a guy that's fully invested in his character.
He always had. I'll give Dustin all the credit in the world. Any character he ever did, he was always invested in it. He gave it everything. Fuck, he even said he would get breast implants for his character.
I mean, I'm not going to go to breast implants, bro, but Cody is kind of like that as well. I mean, those guys, like, they live and breathe wrestling. Like, the entertainment and the investment, the kayfabe. Oh, God, it's Kane.
Oh God, I hate this character.
King is Kane.
Yeah, but this was back to when he was Isaac Yankem, though.
Actually, as much as I hate the dentist, I actually liked this character.
Like Yankum? Or who's
Yes.
character? I mean,
All right, where is he at?
he's in the ring.
Are you looking
Yeah.
at Jerry Lawler? He's in the ring.
He's in the ring. He just took off his fucking glasses.
Is he taking off his shirt?
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are the kids booing?
Yep. We're all in the same place.
Did they just lock horns?
Yep. they're
Okay, so we're
locked
good. We're caught up.
Scott Taylor, also known as RVD,
No.
with his
That's
costume.
not RVD.
With his costume.
You're trying way too hard.
I'm reaching
You're trying to run
way too far. That was a terrible choke slam. Vertical of a fucking elephant.
Well, we have to remember that Kane wasn't fully born yet.
Pre-birth. I mean,
Regards.
you take a look at Isaac Yankem.
Mm-hmm.
He's gigantic. He's in good shape. I feel like pigeonholing
Pigeonholing him?
Yeah, there you go. In like a character so gimmicky is not a great idea unless the character's gimmick is like really good.
Yep.
In terms of like how WWE treats guys that look like him.
Yep. Now, I will say this. This is why they should have never taken the damn mask off of Kane.
I agree, because his face is just not good.
And somehow this is now the mayor of Knox County.
And if he said, I'm going to be mayor of Knox County, would you say no?
No.
Exactly. Yeah, you're mayor. Here's my firstborn. Jesus Christ. You guys are fucking giant.
You have my vote.
Can't have it. You're going to take it. So what is
That is what he calls the DDS. That finishing move is called the DDS.
Okay.
He goes from this to being fake pizza.
Yep. And then he
Anybody
becomes.
else find it ironic that he's a dentist character and his teeth are fucked up?
I'm sorry.
That's the
but
whole
yeah,
reason
but I
behind
think
it.
Oh my God, Bobbit.
But that kid in the front row, like fish hooking himself. Like, that's some good shit. I like the fans.
In
Hey,
your house.
Heather, it's your favorite.
Oh, look at this. We got another pay-per-view in your house, September. So we'll have 2 pay-per-views in a row.
My name is Todd fucking bitches in the face Phillips. You sound like an intruder. A second intruder. I want to talk about coming into your house. You know
No, you will never enter my house.
You're gonna wake up to this motherfucker smiling at you like fucking rape machine.
Right?
My chin is just slowly sinking into my neck.
Remember, he's like the first or second in your house.
Say it again.
Gotta remember, this is either the first or the second episode in your house.
The first one is in May.
Do you think that Drew McIntyre is going to basically follow the same path as Kevin Nash? Like, he's much more mobile and better in ring than Kevin Nash ever was, but I just feel like he could be this era's Kevin Nash.
I think it's a good question. I don't know, man. That's actually a tough question. No. Like, what do you by what do you mean?
I'm just like career path wise, like where Kevin Nash, like probably. I mean, Kevin Nash was the guy to me that could have been bigger than he was. Never really made that move to be bigger than he was. Was at some point in time like a sidekick, I guess.
Right.
And they've already started doing that with Drew McIntyre, where he's a sidekick or a goon for somebody else. I'm just wondering if they're ever going to pull the trigger and like make him the guy. I don't think that's going to happen. If he doesn't become the guy, he's going to be Kevin Nash.
Oh man, that's a good question. I don't know. I hope they don't just have him follow the path. Let him make his own path. I mean, he looked like he was doing well enough, and then why they pigeonhole him by having him go up against other people? Or, having, I mean, I shouldn't say going up against because that's what he's supposed to.
I was just
Well,
gonna say,
well,
is
that
it
smile
good for
pointing
his
at
job?
creepy as fuck.
Fucking goof face.
I don't want him being pigeonholed by
Being Shane's bodyguard.
being a bodyguard or being
Too good to be that, but I fear for the fact that because it might take them time to pull the trigger on him, they might not pull the trigger on him.
I hope they do.
I hope they just get him to a point where he's separate from other people, because now he's always been attached to somebody since his debut.
Yeah.
Give me 1 second, be right back.
Oh look, it's Bray Wyatt before Bray Wyatt was Bray Wyatt.
Who the fuck is that goofball?
Take a look at what's on my head. I mean, seriously, not the run, the Shawn Michaels hat. Take a look at this. This is exactly what Shawn wears into the ring. It's 100% leather and doesn't let his one side take off. You see his logo.
Who the hell is that, JP?
One of their marketing people.
I want to say it's Danny Davis.
WWF logo. And that's not all you get for $2,500. You get the Shawn Michaels.
So basically, for like $50, you can beat Shawn Michaels.
Bubba, seriously.
Alright, while I was taking a huge piss, I was thinking about it. Doesn't Seth Rollins kind of remind you of like a smaller, more agile Scott Hall?
He does. He does.
Super greasy.
He does.
Super Mexican. Doesn't Shawn Michaels look like fucking fat?
Doesn't Shawn Michaels look like a what?
A fucking fag?
He does. He looks like a homosexual.
He looks like someone that wants to be strapped down and raped.
Well, we'll see you guys in 3 months. It was good knowing you.
I meant it in a respectable manner.
Oh, sure you did.
Well, the guy's fucking dressed up with like cloth zebra shit. It looks like fucking the only hunt he's going on is a hunt for cock.
So Shawn Michaels is now a baby face.
Are we gonna get to the point where we see Psycho Sid break his leg?
That happens in WCW. And why is that? It's not funny.
Creepy ass truck.
You brought that up last week too.
Do what?
You brought that up last week too.
Still can't understand the fucking word you're saying.
You brought that up last week too. Gina asked about that, and you said, "Yeah, wait till Sid."
That's what? I didn't say that. I don't remember. I'd have to watch it again. Well, whatever.
Psycho Sid sporting the Kenny Omega.
Yeah, I mean, Psycho Sid was actually a pretty decent wrestler for his size.
Yeah, he wasn't that bad. The guy's fucking gigantic.
I mean, him and The Undertaker had a bad match at WrestleMania 13.
Yes. But you put him in the ring with somebody that can work, he showcased.
Well, The Undertaker could work.
What the fuck was that?
It was Shawn Michaels being Shawn Michaels.
No, why did he hit the mat?
Because Shawn faked that he was going to jump.
Yeah, he was going to do a crossbody.
I guess it didn't connect with me.
And just think, guys, we want to see Shawn wrestle again at SummerSlam.
I can't wait.
Yay.
I don't think that's happening.
Wrestled in fucking Goldberg.
It's going to be Goldberg.
Stop with the Goldberg, man. He's
I'm
himself in a locker.
I'm with you, but that is the plan.
Well, he's got to put his. Like, he's not going to allow that to be his last match.
Oh, that's right.
Because
Matt Riddle sat there and tweeted out, "Make it a triple threat." I said, "And what? At the door that tried to take out Goldberg in Saudi Arabia?"
Make it not happen ever.
No, and I get it, but Dolph Ziggler called out Goldberg in his match in Saudi
Somebody's gotta
Arabia.
go to this guy and say, stop fucking smashing your head into shit. I feel like there's an easy solution to this problem.
Yes, there is.
Don't be a fucking retard.
Agreed.
Skinning the cat. You ever wonder why it was called that?
Because he was scared of the cat. Duh.
What the fuck's up there skinning cats?
I don't know. A cat skinner?
They did go to North Korea.
Or the local strip club.
The local shirt club?
Shirt club.
You know, Bob, I can't talk to you anymore. I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about. It's a head rock.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Psycho Sid. He did actually hit pretty bad there. Like, he whipped his head back into the mat. I feel like if Shawn Michaels does fight at SummerSlam, it might be the match that knocks his eyes back to the way they should be.
No. Or this SummerSlam?
Yeah.
Yeah. That super kick that he got fucking from Dolph Ziggler should have fucking did something, but apparently it didn't. It made it worse.
Eventually he's just going to be a chameleon. I see everything and nothing at the same time. Like, when you talk to me, don't stand directly in front of me.
Stand off to the side.
Which side? I don't know.
No, go to the right. Go to the other right. No, left.
Right about 35 degrees. Fucking guy. It's a fish.
He's gonna poop his pants.
Psycho Sid looks like he has Mr. Noodle on his head.
The $1 Million Man.
I keep hearing about this Psycho Sid, dude. When is the not so Psycho Sid gonna come out?
Hey, don't not Psycho. I like the character. I thought he did
He had all the
fantastic.
tools to be bigger than he ended up being, to be honest.
Say it again.
He had all the tools to be bigger than he ended up being.
Oh yeah, Bruce Pritchard even said that.
His ego got in the way.
Well, he wanted to play softball.
Like, actually?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, whatever.
Like he missed events because he wanted to play softball.
Commercial break. Oh, it's jiggling his ass.
And then everybody's cheering. This is not mine.
That's a Gina moment right there.
Oh.
No.
One-handed choke slam. That's not a great camera angle for the slam, but whatever. Like, why the fuck is he calling for the belt?
Because he's gonna pin Sean right now.
Would you do it the other way around? Pin and win and call for the belt? Give me that belt! I'm not gonna bother pinning the guy I'm against.
This guy is just. I mean, this guy is just. This is the guy. This is Vince's hard-on right here. Is Sid Vicious.
Yeah.
The height, the build,
Puking
everything.
all over himself in the back.
That's why he's so excited about this match. Listen to him.
So big. So muscular.
Sid Vicious never he never wanted to play a babyface. He rather would have been a heel.
All he wanted to do was play softball.
And he wanted to play softball.
Imagine all you
He's
want
going
to do
up
is play
against
softball,
this.
but somehow you're pitch pulled as a professional wrestler.
Right?
Well, Earl Hebner, that slide was incredible.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
It's Seth Rollins right there.
Now,
What if that kid had gloves on?
because this is back in 1995, and people were fucking weird back then.
And Shawn Michaels.
And Shawn Michaels is wearing gloves.
My bride gloves. From when I'm riding dick. They can't stand it, McMahon.
Shawn Michaels still arrogant as fuck.
Before he's totally pulled out of his brains.
Therefore, he's not Jesus.
This is about the time that he was in his fucking.
Okay, is this not the gayest fucking shit I've ever seen in my life?
Just a little bit.
I can't tell if he wants to be a wrestler or a Chippendales model.
He's gonna do it again.
Okay, come on, man, really?
And just saying, this was before DX.
Not too
He-
much
Before
for
Jesus. Shawn Michaels before Jesus. That's the note I'm gonna make.
He is this is not too far away from losing his smile.
Not too far away from losing his anal virginity. That's what I'm gonna say. Let us into your house. Wow, the smoking gun up. Let us come in.
Oh, for fuck's sake. It's an outrageous party at Dylan's house.
Angry mom. Honestly, if you took out all the wrestling shit in that would literally be like one of those pornos. Someone fucks my mom.
Right?
In your house. Hey,
here we go.
Drew McIntyre.
Now we're literally only a few months off of Kevin Nash or Diesel and Shawn Michaels having a feud because they wrestled at WrestleMania 11. You got Michael.
In the staircase, you realize.
Hypothetical situation here. Do. And they called him Doc Hendricks. Even though everybody knows it's Michael P.S. Hayes.
Praise the Lord. You always look like a guy that just wandered from one guy to the next.
Yeah.
You ain't seen nothing. You ain't seen nothing yet. Dude.
Oh, God.
All right. So Yokozuna and Owen Hart. Ooh. King
There's
Maple.
And someone?
No.
Maple coming under the ropes and up and fucking Vince McMahon gets so fucking excited you can't understand the fucking word he's saying. And here comes again. Come.
Away. And both.
Fucking all of maybe 21 years old there.
No, he's older than that.
He's still in his 20s.
Yeah, but he's older than that. So that was the end of Raw.
He looks like he was 40.
Today he looks like he's 72.
Yeah.
So
You know what? Watching Raw in that era and watching Raw in this era, a lot of people complain about the same shit that's happening then that's happening now.
Yes.
Because we got commercial breaks during the show, we got a ton of recap bullshit. This is a 45-minute fucking show, but you have the same thing that they've now applied to a 3-hour show. But because it's longer, it happens more often, people are pinpointing it. But it's not like they've switched formulas. The formula has been the same.
Yep.
I mean, even like, okay, they are building things, they are building the feuds, and they're building them in ring more. I think it's just the limitations that they have, like, with technology and shit, but it's also probably the idea for WWE nowadays to switch to building things in backstage is just better production-wise for them. It's just easier, I think, than doing it, like, live. Or in ring, because I think, like, in ring is, like, there's no takesies, backsies. If shit fucks up, like, you know, it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Like I was expecting, I guess, a bit more from WWE than I got from WCW. Then again, I don't know why. I guess there's more familiar. Okay, so one thing I'll say with this Raw, there's more familiar faces that I'm seeing because I've watched WWE for the long haul, not so much WCW, even though they've shared rosters for a lot of the time.
Yep.
I guess it's just that this is about. I'm gonna say this is about a year before I started really watching wrestling properly. So it's good to see what they're doing with it. They did stick to the same format where it's simple storytelling. Yeah, there's complexities to the simpleness where it adds a little bit. It's like I'm going to tell you a story of how A got to B, but somewhere along the lines there might be a C or D involved. But it's still like the start and the end are very easy to understand.
Yep.
There's nothing too complex about what's going on here. The Shawn Michaels fucking, for some reason, this guy is taking his ass out on camera, and it's the same that they eventually switched to the women doing it. They're trying to get like I guess the demographic for sex appeal with women as they are for men and shit like that.
Yep.
That was his character at the time.
Plus, he was on drugs.
Yes, he was pilled out of his brain.
Well, him and me both.
But I am again, and when everybody that you have seen, this is where I say I cannot sit here and honestly say that WWE back then is different than what it is now. And the only difference is that it wasn't 3 hours.
I will say you're right with the 3-hour thing, but it's also like at a certain point WWE was super popular, and that's the main difference. And we talked about this a million times, like the Attitude Era and all that shit. I think it also is akin to playing to an audience that all wanted the same thing, whereas all want something different.
They also utilized jobbers better, so that you got more people and different stars on TV during the week.
So yes, they saved all of the big matches for pay-per-views, which made the pay-per-views feel more important. When you watch a WWE pay-per-view today, you're gonna see fucking the same fucking matches because essentially they don't bring jobbers in anymore. They don't have the Brooklyn Brawlers. They have the opportunity to have those guys like, and I hate to say it, a Ty Dillinger.
Or even just going to the local promotion and saying, "Can we borrow a couple of guys? We'll toss you this."
They do that, but they don't do it for all of them.
Right.
WCW at this point was just getting started. The concept that Eric Bischoff had set forth actually was a little bit better. It was fresher. It seemed fresher than what WWE had been doing, because WWE had, in 1995, they were stale. WWE was stale. And a lot of that, and I hate to say this because I know there's a lot of fucking Bret Hart fans out there. Bret Hart was their number one guy, and I'm sorry, he was boring as fuck to me.
It wasn't just him. It was also, you had a lot more cartoonish characters.
And yes, a lot of the characters that they had in WWE are more cartoonish. If you look at WCW, yeah, they were still kind of cartoonish.
But they were going towards.
But they were more real life. Now, you know for a fact that 1996, WCW actually brought real life into fucking storytelling, which worked for me. I give the edge to WCW this week for sure.
I will say, like, so when we were talking about like jobbers and shit like that, and everybody says, so you said they don't have a guy like, say, Ty Dillinger, and Heather said they don't have guys like local jobbers and shit like that. I will say, like, they're building a TV show. Not every character can or will be the main character of the show.
No.
This is what a lot of people forget nowadays with how much certain people get popular and shit like that. They forget to understand that there has to be somebody to play that role. Every role needs somebody to play it, and just because you're playing a role that's not a main eventer doesn't mean you're not as important as the main eventer. I'm a big fan of bringing in people from local promotions and stuff, especially with the roster size that WWE has. They can build a jobber with their own roster and still eventually do something with them, even if it's within the confines of what they think he's capable of doing, or she, for that matter.
Right.
Other than that, I would say for me personally, like after watching Nitro and Raw, I'm giving this one to WCW. Raw was not, it wasn't bad or anything, but I would side more with WCW. Overall, Raw I think hits about a 5 for me. Wrestling in ring wasn't bad. Storytelling was there, but it wasn't as complete throughout the show.
Right.
And also that Shawn Michaels fucking dance number at the end just killed me. But the
It's because you didn't even see the man ass.
I didn't want to. The bonus is WWE put on a show that you'll never see now because it didn't highlight anything to do with actual WWE Championship.
Right.
True.
Right? The end of the show was the IC title. A lot of the story in the show revolved around the IC title. Who lost the IC? Who lost the champ? So Razor Ramon started off the show. He and they highlighted that he just lost the match for the IC title, and then now they're building a storyline up with him as someone that was integral to the IC title, and they ended off the show with the IC title being defended. It was a show built around the IC title, and you don't see this anymore, where really a show is built around, unless the fucking 24/7 championship, built around a title that is, I guess, second or third. I love the idea of building a show around like a secondary championship, but not necessarily a gimmick championship. The IC title has its prestige, and this is, we're realistically watching why it has that prestige, because they put time and effort into building a show around the secondary title, because the people involved in the secondary title are as popular, if not more popular, as the people involved in the main title.
Yep.
Where the 24/7 title is just like, I don't understand why people want to win it. They want to win it to lose it. It seems like an inconvenience. The idea
It is.
behind the title is an inconvenience to the person that holds it, and it brings nothing to them. So
It shouldn't hold, and that's the problem with it, and that's the problem that I have with it. Does it fill time? Yeah. But I don't want it just to fill time. If you're gonna have a fucking title, and this is the way I feel about titles, and I understand what titles really are. I get it. I understand that they are props. However, they should not be treated as props, and that is the problem. WWE has too many fucking titles today. I mean, how many titles do they have? 20? Something more,
well,
somewhere in there?
if you can get to the point where you can replace a title with, say, a stick, and there's no difference because it's coveted after, like, the bottom line is, yeah, they are props, but at the same time, it's like, why does somebody want to win a gold medal? Why does somebody want to be the best at something?
Yeah.
Make that the focal point, not so much. The title has no meaning. It has no prestige. It has nothing behind it. Yet, for some reason, every single person that's technically a jobber or a classification of jobber in the WWE is after that shit. And if they made it seem like, even if they put like some sort of effort into building a leaderboard or something where it's like, I won the 24/7 champion X number of times, now I want to go after something a bit bigger. Make that a storyline. Why can't that be a storyline instead of going after a title that just fucking switches hands fucking
30 times in a fucking night. I just, the damn thing needs to die. Sorry.
There's no levels in WWE. It's not like we said earlier. The IC Championship used to be a stepping stone to the WWE Championship. The way I look at it is like there's a hierarchy to championships, and they literally be used that way. Where like you've been a champion for so long, regardless of how you lose that championship, even if you just give it up, then you should move up to the next tier. There should, and this is why like power rankings and leaderboards, people are so invested in actual sport. I feel like WWE should also invest and use those properly. They had power rankings at one point in time, but they were throwaway, stupid bullshit. Like, make them based upon win-loss record and have popularity and win-loss record kind of go hand in hand.
Yep. I agree. Bobbit, who wins for you this week?
It's really close, but I'd say WCW because I enjoyed that a little bit more. Not like I'm not taking anything away from Raw. Raw was okay, but you could still tell it's in the early phases of Raw where it's still kind of meh.
Mhm.
Like for me, it doesn't start picking up until like Attitude Era because that's what I grew up with, and I give Raw 5.5. Well, no, I'll give it a 6 just because of man ass. So yeah.
Right. I mean, WWE had their moments before the Attitude Era where they did put on some, like the Shawn Michaels Bret Hart storyline was actually a really good storyline at WrestleMania 12. So, and that's coming up. So it's not like they are not able to do it. They had a lot of hit or miss stuff.
Well, let me ask this question: how close are we to a WWE pay-per-view?
We are one show away.
Okay, so the next thing we watch from WCW is it their pay-per-view?
Yes.
So this was WCW's Go Home show and WWE's Go Home show next week.
Yes.
I can see why, in my honest opinion, like this is back when Go Home shows had a lot more going for them than they do now. I can see why WCW would win this week just because frame of reference for the pay-per-view happening the following week. They're finalizing the build. So they literally had more work to do and they did pay off a little bit more.
Yep.
And I mean, if we're going to frame it that way, then I can kind of understand why WWE wasn't as good as WCW today when we're watching. Next WWE show, I'm looking forward to being a good show, better than it was tonight because of the go home.
We'll see. We'll see. I don't know what the Go Home show has in store. It didn't really say. We are getting the 1-2-3 Kid versus Razor Ramon next week. Yokozuna and Owen Hart, who are going to be taking on Shawn Michaels and Diesel, where they are the tag team champions. Diesel is the WWF champion, and Shawn Michaels is the Intercontinental champion, and all three titles are on the line. So if Shawn Michaels takes, I think the way it works, that if Shawn Michaels takes the pin from Owen Hart becomes the IC champion. If Yokozuna pins Diesel, Yokozuna becomes the WWF champion. If Shane McMahon on the brain. If Shawn Michaels beats anybody like Owen Hart, then Shawn Michaels and Diesel become tag team champions, which means they hold all the belts in WWF.
Okay. I mean, I feel like it's in a bubble it can work as a concept. Overall, I'm not a huge fan of the concept of having all of the titles that you currently have available on the line all at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, like if it's just and it will be a flash in the pan type of thing, I'm okay with it. But we'll see how it plays out. Trek didn't speak about his favorite.
No, I was just getting to that. Trek, what about you? So, Basement, I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
Yeah, I have to give it to WCW this week. I thought the show worked better. I mean, the storylines fed into each other a lot better. Where I liked how they did Razor Ramon and 1-2-3 Kid supposedly colliding and supposedly, fighting each other.
Yeah.
Because of a mistake that they made. I mean, that was easy to do and stuff like that, but just I never liked the Smoking Guns. I never thought they were.
I actually enjoyed the Smoking Guns. I thought they were a really good tag team.
Maybe you don't like. I didn't like the gimmick so much as.
No, I didn't like the gimmick, but I did like their in ring.
Right, that's what I meant. Yeah, they're both good workers. I mean, they both did a good job. I just didn't like the gimmick of it.
Well, what did you think of Road Dogg and Billy Gunn?
That's okay.
No, it's just
Like,
I hate to
but
say
that-
this.
that-
I hate to say this. I hate to say this, but the Smoking Guns version 2.0.
But you know what? Like what you're not like what you're not looking at is Road Dogg and Billy Gunn are a portion of a bigger gimmick.
No, I know.
Where Smoking Guns were a gimmick all on their own.
Yeah.
They worked. I'm not a huge fan of Road Dogg and Billy Gunn, regardless. But like because they were part of a gimmick that was pretty goddamn good for the time when I watched it.
Right.
Now I look back on it, it's a bit. But like the whole DX gimmick, they were just a subsidiary of that, where the Smoking Guns were standalone, and their standalone gimmick never really hit home for me. It felt really that's a gimmick I look at nowadays, and I'm like, that was a gimmick of its era.
Yeah. Heather.
Yeah.
What about you?
As far as
Who do you give the edge to? WCW or WWE, and why?
oh, it's definitely WCW because it was a fresher product with newer storylines with faces we had seen before.
Okay. Very. Works for me.
But I also would say that WCW had more pressure on them to do something at this point in time.
Yeah.
I
And you're
agree.
saying it's like they're basically AEW now. You gotta come out guns blazing. And they did deliver. They didn't deliver. Like I would say it's a perfect example of AEW and WWE because they delivered. They didn't blow the opposite end of the water.
No.
Like, I'm going to give Nitro 6.5 and going to land at a 5 for Raw. It's not like they're killing them, but they did a better job.
Yes.
And it's nothing to write home about, but at this point in time, I would say, yeah. I think we're, like, right now I'm looking at it, I got 5 votes for Nitro, none for Raw. Raw wasn't terrible or anything, but it reminded me so much of the Raw we see now.
Yep. And just wait. And even the Attitude Era, and I hate to say it, same. It just seemed more exciting because it was a little edgier.
And
But
also
it
because
was
you didn't have,
the same formulaic bullshit.
it's because-
WWE's never changed. Go ahead.
because you didn't have the behind the curtains view that you now have.
Mhm.
With WWE, it's like it's the Wizard of Oz, but now we're like fucking. We realize the Wizard's a midget with fucking curly hair.
Right?
Like we come to the point where we understand what's happening behind the scenes, and now everything is just nitpick. For good reason. Don't get me wrong. It's just I see Raw. I see Raw 2019 in Raw 1995.
I do too. I do too. Does anybody else have anything else they'd like to add? Yes? No? All right.
No, motherfucker.
Oh my God.
It's
You
bad.
got Brent in the fucking show. So, with that being said, y'all have a great night, and I hope you enjoyed this episode where we actually got to watch both shows. Please watch along. Give us your thoughts on what you think. Give us a like and a subscribe, and please comment. Please comment. Any suggestions that you have, as long as they help the show, not degrade the people on the show or anything like that, because I'm pretty sure we just won't even respond to it and we'll just delete the comment.
Well, you can say something negative about the show.
Yeah, no. That's not what I mean. I'm talking.
criticism, bro.
Yeah, just no. Use criticism. Constructive criticism is a good one. You can say we suck. I don't care. But give me a reason why. But yeah, just give us a like and a subscribe and a comment and
Suck my dick.
suck my dick. We'll fix what we can. We'll fix what we can and we'll leave what is good. So with that being said, y'all have a great night and we will talk to you later.
All right.
Motherfucker.
Shut the fuck up, Bobbit.
Well,